Hello, beautiful people. It's Serena from Archangel Connection. And in the midst of all this isolation situation, I asked what it is we should be talking about. Because every time I offer services, it always feels like I'm selling, and I'm not a seller. I am here if you need me, but let's try this. I've had lots and lots of clients, and many of them I'm telling percentage-wise by the lots there to journal. And you need to journal all the time, etc., etc. And I explain it, but I've decided what we're going to try is actually journaling. I'm going to journal all the information that comes to me in this moment, and I'm specifically recording this and not going live because I just want my influence, and we'll go from there. And if we do end up going live later, then great, then you can join in. But I just want to show you how I do it. And to start, I always do a grounding. Usually I do a quick one, but in this case, we'll just do one together. So join on in. I always close my eyes, so sitting comfortably, and feet flat on the ground. Our intention of grounding is to connect our body's energy down into earth energy. We do this using visualization, and in this case, we will use the fishing line visualization. So I'd like you to see yourself holding a fishing rod. And at the end of the rod, there is string. At the end of the string, there is a hook. So I'd like you to go ahead and cast off. I don't actually fish, but that's what I would do. Cast off. Allow that line to move from the rod all the way down and move through and out and down in front of you. It's going to land down in front of you. That hook's going to pull, of course, that hook's attached to the line, and down that hook goes. Watch it go down into the ground, through the floor at your feet, through the grass, through the soil, down, 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 through layers of rock, past oil and water deposits. Watch your hook go down, heading towards that center space of earth, orange and red, moving with very fast, smooth energy. And as our hook heads into that orange and red space, it hooks in, it connects, holding open this connection that we've created. The hook's in there, that orange and red energy colors the hook, starts moving up the line, coloring that little channel we dug as the hook went down. So we're going to color that channel orange and red. Watch it move up. Watch that line of yours, that orange and red line, like a fizzling little I know, the little part of the bomb that you light, I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, that igniting part, that thing, like it's moving up, that orange and red energy is moving up, and then it's moving down your pole from the tip of the pole, coloring it. Reaches your hands, it's holding the pole. Let's pull it deeper, because normally you're going to have that pole sitting against your solar plexus. Have that lovely orange and red energy hit your solar plexus. And we're going to pull it into our bodies. We're going to fill ourselves up. We're going to fill our bodies down from solar plexus into sacral and roots, moving down into your hips and your waist and then your hips, and down your legs all the way to the tips of your toes. And then up from that solar plexus up into your chest, up into your shoulders, down your arms to the tips of your fingers, up your throat. Throat's very important. Up into your face, filling your chin and your cheeks and your nose and your eyes and your third eye. And then above your head into that crown space. That's what we're looking for. You're completely filled with orange and red, fast-moving energy. If you can feel that lovely warmth, feel it touching every part of you. That's what we're looking for here. Excellent. And then, because for me, grounding is entering yourself into a cycle. You're filled with this lovely orange and red energy, and now we're going to open up a little door, in this case apparently out this shoulder, right shoulder for me. We're going to open up a little door, a little doorway. We're going to push out fractured energy. Fractured energy is pain, anger, frustration, fear, lots of that going on. Pushing it out. It's going to look like dust bunnies. It's going to look like dirt that's collected underneath your deck. It's going to be browns and grays and all sorts of funky little colors, little bits of stuff. It's little pieces, it's fractured. It's energy in a form that's not useful to you, and out it goes. It's going to land on the ground beside you there. Earth's going to take it in to herself, and she's going to transform it back to beautiful, smooth orange and red energy that we take up. So we know that we're part of a full cycle, with fractured energy moving out and smooth energy moving in. Now, I know not everybody has a crystal bowl to play. You can play anything. You can play the edge of your cup. You can clap your hands. The concept of a tone after grounding is to suggest I've done something and I've now entered into an agreement, and the tone will set that agreement. This is where I want to be. This is my starting point. Bing, my starting point. And from there, we go on. So for the grounding, you can do whatever you like. For the journaling, you can write in whatever you like. This is one of my first journals, and I tend to go from journal to journal, so it's not finished yet. It's probably got stuff from 5 years ago, and yet, 2015, you see, and it does, and now 2020, March 22nd, 2020. So that's the most I do that's official. I write down the date. Take yourself your favorite pen, you're sitting in your quiet space, and now you're grounded. Now what? Now what do you do? How does this journaling thing start? Because I work with angelic realm, I work with all realms. There's information that comes all the time, but it is so important to work with angelic realm because they understand the human experience. They support that experience. They support you during that experience. Very important to know that. So connecting into angelic realm first is how we will always start. And I always look off, I'm sorry, because there's constant influx for me. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about what's coming at me right now. We're going to try and just stick to angelic influence at the moment. And we're just going to, who are we going to just pull in? Just the four? We're just going to do, sorry, somebody said 4 horsemen. No. So just the 4. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. We'll have these 4 for now, and any other angelic influence is fine. But those are the 4 that we're going to pull in here. And I'm going to ask for specific information. So in my journal, I will, because I'm just starting, because you're just starting with this is one way to do it. When I did it way, way back, this is how I started. I would say, hey, Michael, give me whatever you got. And so I would write down Michael, which I'm doing now, Michael, and let's see what comes up. So for me, it's very funny because they were big on skits. Immediately he was tooting a horn. Not really sure what the horn is, but I'm going to go with tooting horn. Literally, that's what I'm writing down, tooting horn, which suggests to me announcement. So I'm writing down announcement. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about journaling. Meanwhile, something flicked over here and instantly I got orange scarf. What that means, I don't know. It doesn't matter. While you're journaling, you're taking all the information you can, just writing it down. You're trying to increase flow. So I'm going to write down orange scarf in brackets because it was on the side there. And we're going to keep going. What else has Michael got? Just Michael for now. If we can, just try and focus that a little bit there. Where are we going here? Where do you want to go with the announcement? I know, well, everybody knows things are changing, but I'm writing that down because things are changing. I'm writing literally that down, are changing. So for anybody, I don't know when you're watching this, but March 22nd, 2020, we're all pretty much in self-isolation. And I live in Canada. Self-isolation is not so difficult in Canada in March because it's still winter and there's snow on the ground. And as I'm talking to you and trying to take in the information at the same time, saying that's changing too. We know that the weather's changing, but yep, that's what Michael's giving me here. So, okay, so weather's changing too. I'm writing this down. Weather, okay, that's fine. Changing too. What's next? What's with the push? What's with the push? He just pushed into the into the next little group here. Okay, so thanks for the push. You want to push towards, okay, push towards Gabriel for me. Okay, Gabriel, let's see. Tell them. You want me to tell them? Okay, so I'm going to tell you when I normally have a session. So we have either 4 or we have 22, and it works as in one speaks or one individual give me information, and they'll just talk, and then they'll say the next name or they'll direct to the next one, etc., etc. So I know that there's a little shift in the information. So Gabriel comes forth a little stronger than Michael. Everybody else is still here, but we have Gabriel forth now. For me, Gabriel works with new opportunities, and he's saying advancement, being aware of what's available to you. So that's where Gabriel usually focuses for me, but I'm going to write that word advancement down because that's kind of new for me. Advancement, sure. Trying to advance this society, is that where we're going here? Hard and fast. We're done with the slow stuff. I'm writing that, done with the slow stuff. I don't like those words at all. Okay, done with the slow stuff. It's time for people to catch up. Time for people to catch up. Yeah. And those, if you're running a race, you may be aware of those around you who are running the race. Somebody in front of you, sure. Do you pay attention to those behind you? No? No? You're not helping them by paying attention. You're not helping them by slowing down because now you're just in their way. Isn't that right? When you're running a race, you're going forward. You're doing your best to move forward, forward, forward. So keep doing it. This is a race. This is not a mistake. This is a race. It keeps showing me the race over and over again. So that's what we're discussing here. And is there something other than advancement, placement? Don't worry about your placement. Just keep moving forward. It is incredibly important to keep moving forward. Is there something else with the race? I'm writing running the race. I'm writing it down. Running the race. So, I mean, this is just an example of journaling that we're going to do, and I'm going to do it more than once. So this is the first, and maybe it's a little more jagged than usual. Hopefully we can get smoother. I can show you more information. Instantly, boom, he goes straight. Actually, he went past Raphael. We're going to talk to Raphael last, I guess. We're going to go to Uriel next. Usually there's an order, but hey, let's just do what we need to do. So Uriel, for me, is often talking about life path and direction, knowing you're not alone. He's very helpful in ascertaining what other information is most useful to you. Other information meaning coming from other beings, other realms, other. He's not the only one, but this is one of the specialties we've asked for. And so when I talk, we're not going to get into all the realms because everything's open and it's flying at you. Essentially, you have to take it all in. Ooh, okay, I'm writing that down too. You have to take it all in. Have. Okay. We know this. And yet it's important to be reminded of. There's more. He keeps offering. That's the other thing when you're journaling. It's not just words. It's not just thoughts. It's not just bits of songs. It's what sort of motion is offered as well. So it was like here. It was sort of like a bulldozer. This is all this stuff. We need to take this. Take it all. Okay. So the information is that we're going to be taking it all in, and not really sifting. We don't need to sift. When your vibration is high, you don't need to sift. You don't need to worry that you're picking up little fragments of stuff that isn't useful, because that stuff falls away super quick when you're focused on your high vibration, when you're focused on being grounded, focused on being compassionate and loving. You understand that you're not alone. That in and of itself is enough to keep any fractured stuff from essentially entering and staying with you. You take in all this stuff, and you don't even need to spend conscious energy sifting it. It will fall away, and the good stuff will stick with you. But that's the concept. We have to be faster, faster, faster. He's doing this. Look at the time. We have to be faster. We have to take in more information quicker. Stop worrying about the kind of information you're taking in. Take it all in. Boom, 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 boom. As in, information comes to you in a dream or it comes to you whatever through messages, etc. And it's like, wow, why do I need to know about that? No, that's what the journaling does. You just write, 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 write. I have to take it all in and just faster. He just keep faster, faster, keeps showing me the clock. So I'm going to sing. He's showing me it's an old wristwatch, a big round one, showing me wristwatch. Okay. What else? That's enough for him. I know these recordings are going to be strange, but whatever. When you do your own journaling, that's what you're doing. You're taking in all the information. I'm watching them here, moving for me here, because I like the visual. So Raphael is just sort of, they're making space for him because all we're talking about is health, and Raphael does focus a lot on the physical health. Okay. Right away, he's breathing nice and deep. And his color is emerald green. So I keep getting this breath in and it's green. So, suggestion there, well, sorry, Raphael, is to, when you do your breathing exercises, please incorporate the color green into any exercise. Whether you're doing Qigong, you're doing a yoga deep breath, any other deep breath, any breath work at all, please add the color green into this so that we have a little more focus on, and it's not just healing yourself. You're not just healing yourself, you're healing others. You're showing others how to do it. You're staying strong. It's really important. I'm going to go with green breath. Is that good enough for me? Green breath. I'm writing that down. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? He keeps talking about gathering, because his arms keep coming out. Gathering. What are we gathering? Same concept. Information, gathering information. We have a lot of health information. You have a lot of health information. How do you support the immune system? How do you support the breath? How do you support the lungs? How do you support your mental health? What is assisting your mental health? It is easy to be caught up in the fear. Do not blame yourself if you get caught up in the fear temporarily. Don't bash yourself for this. It's normal. But remembering the high vibration, remembering your love, remembering your compassion, remembering you're not alone, all these things assist you to pull back out of the fear very quickly. It's very important, because doing this, it's very important to pull yourself out of the fear as quick as you can. If you get lost in it, you get lost in it. If you're reading articles and they seem to be fear-based, but maybe there's bits of information in there, read them, of course. Take the bits of information that they're offering you, take it all in. Gather. Wow, gather. Lots of gathering. So I'm writing gather it all. Okay, and what else do we want to discuss here? Is there something else that really needs to be shot forward? Why am I saying, I'm writing shot forward. Shot forward. Okay. Expectation to be shot forward. To me, this obviously suggests, the word shot has a violent background to it, but it also suggests from kinetic energy, from that holding space to moving. Right? We go from the I know maybe and yes it could and it's possible to doing. That's why we're using the word shot forward. And that's what I wrote down. Expect things to continue to change. There's still going to be more fear, etc. As you do your own journaling, take in all the bits of information. I have no idea what the orange scarf was. I wrote it down. It'll mean something later. I'm not worried about it. All the information. Take it all in. And as our world greens, recognize that green as healing. Recognize that. How beautiful is that? Let's be part of that more consciously. Take the green, accept the green, spread the green. Let's let it grow. This is just a little start on how to do your journaling. If you don't get all this schwack of information right away, don't worry about it. Sit quietly. Take whatever comes to your mind, write it down. gets the flow going. So I'm going to stop for now, and we will talk to you soon and perhaps do a little more journaling just to show you a little bit more. Hopefully this helps. We'll talk soon.